So on set, we get rid of any value already in. We just put a new value in the variable, the value of the other operand. For example, if operand is 5, variable's value equals get rid of current value, set equal to 5. If the operator is add, we add the operand to the current value of the variable. The variable's value equals current value, add 5. So if the current value was 3, then adding 5 will result to 8. Now the variable contains number 8. It's different than mathematics. It's not like the conventional algebra you learn at school. I'll try to demonstrate the logic better. We'll need a new operator to do that. We define that less than or equal to means takes the value of. So x less than or equal to 9 means that x takes the value 9, and x less than equal to 7 plus 3 means that x takes the value of 10. Would one of you guys be interested in taking over reading for a bit so I'm not just constantly going?
But you're the narrator.
But I'm boring, man.
You're
I don't
fine.
know, I mean, I brought you guys in. I was like, God, I'm never going to make use of them. Alright, then. I'll just keep going. But if you feel like jumping in, do feel free to say.
Okay.
Same operator. So x less than equal to 5 means x takes the value of 5. X less than or equal to x plus 3, x that is 5 now, takes the value of itself, which is 5 at the moment, plus 3. That means 8. If you got that, congratulations, you just bypassed one of the hardest obstacles in learning programming. Oops, I just said that accidentally. But yes, you are actually programming all this time. This interface is super easy. You are still programming though. But because you actually use a limited and very simple way to code, we call this eventing and not programming really. So we say x less than or equal to x plus 3 to actually add something to a variable. If x has a value of 15 now, x less than or equal to x divided by 7 is a division. 15 divided by 7 equals 2 and a decimal part that is set to 0, so x has now a value of 2. Note, if x divided by y is equal to 2.1, it will turn into 2.0, thus 2. Same goes as if it was 2.9. It will also become a 2, not a 3. It's rounded down, always. So let's say that x has value 15 again. X less than or equal to x mod 7 calculates the remainder. Here's how. 15 divided by 7 equals 2, as seen before. Well, let's do the opposite. 7 times 2 is 14. So 15 minus 14 equals 1, so 15 mod 7 equals 1. So the division operator cuts the remainder. The mod operator comes to calculate that remainder. If you think it's tricky, you're right, but once you'll get them, you'll be thrilled. So using a constant to set the variable equal to 5 is really an easy task. Here, progress variable is set to 5. That means it is equal to 5 now. Easy peasy. See this script option? Forget about it for now. This is for advanced users to enter programming code in Ruby language. Ignore it for now. See that? How cool is that? I have a variable named a variable. The ID is 12.
Wow.
That's so cool.
Whoa.
Dude, bruh.
It's like breaking the fourth wall.
Here variable progress takes a variable's value as its new value. You can set also a random value. What that value might be depends on what values you put as minimum and maximum values. Here I simulated a 6-sided die roll. The values are from 1 to 6. It can be either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. Possibility is almost equal. The variable will get a random value from 1 to 6. Keep note that instead of set, we could use add. In that case, a random number from 1 to 6 would be added to our variable. And here comes more options. Game data. See that ellipses on the right? Well, guess what? It has a submenu. Click those dots to open it. Here you can take values almost from the whole spectrum of the game engine and use them in variable control. For instance, here the variable will be equal to the number of potions the player owns. Same for weapons. Same for armor. And here you can get the exact value of a character's level, experience, hit points, magic points, max HP, max MP, attack, defense, magic attack, defense, agility, or luck. This is similar for an enemy. This is useful for battle, though. We have no enemies defined here since it's a field event. Later, we will see battle events. That's where you can use this. With this, you can select the character or any other event in the current map. Then you can get coordinates for positioning for any of those events. Coordinates can be as position on a map or position on the screen. You can get the ID of a party member using this feature. When we deal with the database, you'll understand those IDs better. Map ID is the current map's ID. Party members is how many members are currently in the party. Gold is how much gold the player has. Steps is a counter that counts the steps you've done so far. Playtime shows how much time you've played so far. By default, you can see that on a save game too. Timer shows how many seconds left to a timer. Timers do countdowns. Battle count shows how many battles you did. Save count shows how many times you've saved. I shave myself every day. You're lame. You're...
Kicked once again. Go on.
And that concludes the variables tutorial. I'm just kidding. We have to do an example together in order to understand how things work. It's time to learn how to make the player take decisions. Create a new event. Inside it, add a show text command like the picture. As an event, that command looks like this. In all caps. Go to page 1, game progression, show choices. You can have up to 4 choices available using this interface. Fill the first as I choose A, and the second one as I choose B. Player can still cancel a choice by pressing the cancel button. So here we deal with the case that the user chooses to cancel. Cancel can be equal to a choice branch, like here that choice 2 is selected. If you want its own branch though, you can do it. We choose disallow here though, thus the cancel feature here is disabled. That's how it looks in the event code. Double click under the when I choose A. Thus we will add commands that will execute only if the I choose A choice is selected. Create a variable named points using the control variables command. Use the operator set, choose a constant, put value 0. That will create a variable and will initialize its content with the value of 0. Create another control variable command below the one we created before. Use the same variable points. Use operator add and constant 10 as operand. So choice 1 sets the variable equal to 0, then adds 10 into it. That's how it looks. Do the same for the second choice, but add 20 instead of 10. You can copy-paste the commands above and edit the second one. Go under the branch end and add a show text command as shown on picture. Keep in mind that instead of 12, you have to use your points variable ID number. Here it was 12, yours might be another number. So this is the eventing code so far. See, we refer to a variable by its own ID. Sometimes hearing myself trips me up. This is how it will look like on execution. Choosing the second one, that adds 20 to points. The VI command displays 20. I is the ID of the variable points. Oh, I can move? Okay. Oh, I got auto-moved. Oh, okay. Wonder why it's not just a bridge that I walk across. Oh. Huh?
Love that purple tree.
It's a locked stable. I can listen to chicken sounds.
Cool. Alright then. An excellent hit. And now, another hard command that you will really enjoy, though. Conditional branch. In general, conditional branch is a condition that says, if something occurs, then do something. Otherwise, do something else. That's the logic behind conditional branch. So, go to page 1, flow control, conditional branch. Behold, the command with the most options in the whole RPG Maker VX Ace. See that 1? It's a page number! Brace yourselves! There's 4 pages we have to learn! Why is that all in caps? Wait! What is that? The first option is to select a switch. So the conditional branch can check if a switch is on or off. Here if it's on, something will occur. Otherwise, something else will occur. See now how switches are useful? It's not only for event pages. Next goes variable comparison to an operand. See, everything you learned so far will stick here together to make sense. In the picture, you see all the available comparisons. Actually, you can do whatever integer variable related comparison you want. Here we say, is points variable value greater or equal than the constant 100? Want to see that on an event code? There it is, the blue letters. At the green line spot, we add commands that we want to be executed if the condition is true. Here, for instance, if points is bigger or equal to 100, then commands that are at the green line place will be executed. Else commands on the red line will. So we must add some commands. Let's go! On the green line spot, create a text command. Do that as you see on the picture. That is what we want to happen when the player reaches 100 or more points. Add a control variable command and set points variable equal to 0. The script should look like this. See that else? Double click under that. It's highlighted as blue. This is the less than 100 case. Just add that show text command. The script should look like that. Event, not a script. Okay. If you like, add a lame joke as I did. See the NPC graphic? You will find that character near his house. Event is set to trigger on action button. It's set to the same level as character. So let's take a look at the flow of the event. If the condition occurs, we say it's true. We follow the green arrow and execute all the commands we meet. Hi, Mort Torment. Going good. How are you? If the condition does not occur, we say it's false. Then we follow the red arrow and execute whatever we find on its end. That will be whatever under the word else, but before branch end. Try to run the event. Does it work fine? So when does this condition become true? When do the points become 100 or more? Never! There's a logical mistake in our code. You must be careful of such mistakes. Into the choices, we set the variable back to 0. Thus, the values it can take is 0, 10, and 20. Nothing more. So all of them are less than 100, so the condition is always false. To fix it, we have to remove the commands that set it to 0. Now it will work just fine. We set a choice. Player decides A or B, 10 or 20 is added to points. The game informs us about our current points. Then it checks if the player has 100 or more points. If not, it will bypass the first block of commands the first red arrow shows, and will go on after the else word. If it's true, though, it will continue executing, and when it reaches else, it will jump under the branch end, bypassing the rest of the commands. To give a streamer a bit of information. Oh, yeah. In other words, either only the under the else word commands will be executed, or only the